Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Bruce Frisco. Todd Battis is off tonight. It is Friday, October 31st. This is CTV News. Tonight, no trick here. Much needed rain finally arrives, but is it enough? The doctor debate. Is it okay to recruit dissatisfied physicians from other provinces?
And rain clearing. We'll see the rain moving east tonight, but the strong winds will linger.
Live from our Maritimes News Center, this is CTV News at 6. Here is Bruce Frisco.
Good evening. It was exactly the kind of rain so many communities have been waiting months to see. But for some Maritimers, it seemed to come all at once. As CTV's Jonathan McGinnis tells us tonight, this was a welcome rain, but also a nuisance for some.
Ann Joyce hasn't had to walk her dog Bonnie in the rain very often this summer.
Begrudgingly, my dog went around the block.
Now it's time for her to clean out the storm drains on the street in front of her house again.
I'm really happy that we're getting rain today. It's long overdue. The heavy rain I'll put up with today, but don't make a habit of it, Mother Nature.
That's exactly what Halifax Water is requesting.
There are crews going around the area, but I've also asked residents to, if they're noticing debris in their own catch basin, to clear those out if it was possible and safe to do so. There's a lot of leaves down, so those could be blocking catch basins, storm basins, so the water's unable to go down to the stormwater system, so then it's just kind of pooling on the road.
It's not just the rain that's been an issue. Wind blew over this trailer on the Dartmouth-bound side of the McKay Bridge close to the noon hour, causing a major disruption. For some, the day began with a disruption as rush hour traffic dealt with a power outage that was cleared up around 10 a.m. A spokesperson for Nova Scotia Power says 5,000 customers were affected.
I really didn't walk today, but it was the only option.
Still, Megan King is glad the rain is here.
It's good. Like, it's been so dry, so it's good, but it's crazy. Everything's flooding, all the leaves.
Southeast New Brunswick also saw heavy rain throughout the day. Here at the Lakeside Golf Course just outside of Moncton, the fairways were saturated. Water restrictions have been in place since September for customers using the Lake Major supply in the Dartmouth area. Officials at Halifax Water are hopeful the rain will help replenish those levels.
We're encouraged that we're getting quite a bit of rain, so we'll have an update next week on what that looks like.
And Bruce, despite all the rain that we did get, Brittany Smith doesn't expect it will be enough to move customers out of the mandatory conservation mode that they've been in, but she says it is a start. And Bruce, as you can tell, the rain has stopped. We're set up here in the Hydrostone neighborhood, and there's lots of trick-or-treaters out on the street. Glad that that rain has stopped.
For sure. A lot of gratitude on all fronts tonight. Thanks for that, John. CTV's Jonathan McGinnis reporting live tonight from Halifax. And today's rain created a bit of a spooky situation for some people in the region. In Fredericton, some homeowners didn't dare set up all their scary lawn decorations for fear they'd be ruined or just blow away. Meantime, volunteers at the Freddy Fright Fest in Officers Square spent the day making sure their haunted tour wasn't damaged by all the water.
Luckily, a lot of our group are engineers, so they've been able to construct our haunted tour here to sustain the rain. We've been pretty lucky with that, and it hasn't been stopping anybody from coming out.
As usual, police reminding drivers and trick-or-treaters to be extra cautious tonight, especially if the rain starts up again. And they're urging people going door to door to wear reflective materials or carry a flashlight. As we reported last night, some communities postponed trick-or-treating until tomorrow because of the weather. That included Charlottetown, Summerside, and Bathurst. Others, like Membertou, did their trick-or-treating last night. Here's a live look at Peggy's Cove right now. Beautiful sunny skies there. It's 13 degrees right now, and doesn't look like a lot of folks out there enjoying the weather, but, you know, again, every drop welcome, I guess, right now, Steph.
Absolutely, Bruce. It's unfortunate we got all the rain on Halloween of all the days, but it's still good to see those rainy conditions. We are, again, seeing those systems begin to clear out for many areas. And The reason we're getting all this rain is in part due to post-tropical storm Melissa, which has been making its way toward our region. It's staying very far offshore for the Maritime region, but it will come quite close to parts of Newfoundland around the Avalon Peninsula as we head into the overnight hours. So around 3 a.m. is when it's going to be passing directly past Newfoundland, and then it will continue clearing as we head into the morning hours. So still some lingering showers expected with that system. There is also a large low pressure system moving in from the U.S. So these two combined things are the reason why we've been seeing so much rain in the forecast for today, and as well some very significant winds out there. We'll see these showers again continue to push across, so we'll still see some very rainy conditions into parts of Cape Breton this evening. We'll still see some showers as well through parts of Prince Edward Island. Generally, once the system clears out, we should just be seeing some cloudier conditions for much of the Maritimes tonight. There is still a chance of some scattered showers, so even if you're getting ready to go trick-or-treating, just keep that in mind that there may still be a pop-up shower or two as we head into the evening tonight. And with this, we have been seeing some warnings in effect. The rainfall warnings have now cleared for the entirety of the region, but we are still dealing with some special weather statements. Again, this is where the system is continuing to push across this evening into eastern areas of Nova Scotia and Prince Edward Island. Temperatures right now still very mild, though, because of this system and because of those southerly winds making their way in. Right now, we are sitting at 15 in Halifax, 14 in Fredericton, and 16 in Charlottetown. And I'll have a preview of the first weekend of November forecast coming up in just a little bit, Bruce.
Hard to believe, hey? I'll tell you.
I know.
All right. Thank you, Stephanie. In for Kaylin Mitchell tonight. Full forecast coming up a little closer to the bottom of the hour. Halifax Regional Police tonight investigating another homicide. That is the 5th one of the year in the city. The victim has been identified as a 70-year-old man, but even now, 2 days after the fact, there's little information about exactly what happened. CTV's Callum Smith has more.
A rainy and windy Friday in Halifax's North End, but it was here on Richmond Street on Wednesday that first responders were called for an injured man at a home.
Anything that you can share in terms of the nature of the injuries?
No, at this time, those details are part of the ongoing investigation, which still is in the early stages.
The street connects Barrington near the Irving Shipyard to Devonshire Avenue. The call came in at around 1:30 in the afternoon Wednesday, but police didn't report the call until today, saying that it is being investigated as a homicide. They say life-saving measures were attempted on 7-year-old Brian David Johnson, but he was pronounced dead at the scene. Johnson's killing happened only a block away from a shooting last week. Halifax police say they believe there is no connection to that call, but do not believe this to be random.
Incidents like these are definitely concerning for the community, and our community response officers, along with our patrol officers, are in the area and will continue to be available for the public to contact them regarding any concerns or fears that they may have.
Police say no charges have been laid and didn't share any information about a possible suspect or suspects.
Are you actively looking for suspects?
Again, the investigation is ongoing.
This marks the city's 5th homicide of 2025. Halifax police say there were 7 for the entirety of last year. People are asked to contact HRP with any information. Callum Smith, CTV News, Halifax.
Just a reminder, for more on that story or anything you're seeing here tonight, feel free to visit our website, ctvnewsatlantic.ca. It is your home for news. The Serious Incident Response Team is investigating the death of a man in police custody in Charlottetown earlier this month. CERT says Charlottetown police were processing a man when he started to behave erratically. The force says 2 officers tried to subdue the man while a 3rd used a taser. The man, who appeared to be having a mental health crisis, went into medical distress. He was taken to hospital where he was pronounced dead. 4 people have now been arrested in the Spryfield area of Halifax. There was a large police presence on Heartland Avenue, and police were told police were telling people to stay away. A nearby elementary school was placed into a hold and secure mode. HRP says 4 were taken into custody for firearms offenses. The road was closed to traffic for a couple of hours, but has since reopened. There is more reaction tonight. The New Brunswick government is removing the cost of the carbon adjuster at fuel pumps in the province. Consumers may be happy about lower gas prices, but some retailers say they are at risk of closing. CTV's Nick Moore has details.
Fuel retailers in New Brunswick are reacting to the plan come December 1st to remove the 8-cent carbon adjuster surcharge.
Quite frankly, I'm confused, I'm frustrated, and I'm very anxious.
Chris Schulten is the operator of 9 gas stations in New Brunswick and says the key election promise from Susan Holt's Liberals will put many businesses at risk of closing.
We still have to pay the carbon tax to our suppliers. So that leaves retailers being squeezed. And at the rates today, after credit card charges, we're going to be selling below cost come December 1st. And that's how quick it happens.
Irving Oil says the government's removal of the cost of carbon adjuster will immediately have negative impacts on businesses and consumers, in a statement saying, at a time when energy security and domestic economies are impacted by the threat of tariffs and geopolitical uncertainty, this decision will only add to these pressures.
You have to trust the people who are in the industry. If retailers are telling you that they're going to close because gas will be unprofitable, in other words, that they will lose money on fuel, they can't sustain their operations.
I mean, ideally, the refineries should be the one absorbing the costs of complying with the federal environmental regulations, but there's no way to force them to do that. So instead, the retailers, the small gas stations, are being required to absorb those costs, and that's not fair.
We made a clear commitment to remove the cost of carbon adjuster to provide real relief at the gas pumps.
That was Premier Susan Holt yesterday, who called on the EUB to ensure gas stations won't close. CTV did ask to interview Premier Holt today at the legislature about the carbon adjuster's removal. The Premier's press secretary told reporters that Holt would not appear because no reporter made a request to ask about her reply to the throne speech. Nick Moore, CTV News, Fredericton.
Now to the ongoing traffic troubles in Halifax. A main traffic artery that sees about 14,000 cars a day has been under construction for 7 months now. CTV's Emma Convey has the latest on where the Dutch Village Road project stands and the ongoing impact on both businesses and congestion around the city.
Ab Asaf operates a business center in Halifax, provides office spaces to 8 different companies. He's struggling to keep tenants in his Dutch Village Road units.
I can't rent an office out as long as the place is all torn up like that outside. Nobody's going to come here and rent an office. So it's really been very bad for my business.
The road has been under construction since April. The west side of the street mostly complete now, with a few sidewalk sections and curbs to finish up. Then paving on the east side and adding a bike lane. This is all part of the $10 million project the city of Halifax says is necessary.
To improve it, to allow people to better access the area, to make it more walkable, make it more cyclable, and enable more transit access. So it's a bit of a short-term pain for long-term gain scenario.
Prior to construction, Dutch Village Road saw about 14,000 cars a day, plus bus and foot traffic. Currently operating as a 1-lane, locals are finding alternate routes.
All that traffic has to find another route. I know people have been using the bottom of Main Avenue more. Joe Howe is definitely busier. People are using the 102 more, but it all puts more pressure on these areas that were already bottlenecks.
Adding frustration for businesses like Flindor Foods, who rely on deliveries to run their food production and grocery services.
It's a little frustrating for our customers because we are in the community, we know all the back roads, but we can't say the same for someone that's coming here to deliver or to pick up consignments and all that. So it's very frustrating for them with Joseph Howe being pretty much a parking lot all day long now since the construction on Dutch Village started.
Many find traffic through their doors is at a standstill.
The footfall of our customers are being reduced by 90%. So it's very big loss for us.
Compensation is being looked into, with a letter from council put forward to the provincial government.
We're not allowed to provide compensation to for-profit businesses from our residential tax base. So we approved a letter to the province requesting the power to do that.
Two-way traffic is scheduled to resume in December, with final landscaping touches in the spring. Emma Convey, CTV News, Halifax.
Get the Maritimes top stories, breaking news alerts, and watch live. Download the CTV News app.
An ongoing campaign to attract more doctors to New Brunswick is sparking some debate tonight. Seems more and more Quebec physicians are expressing interest about available jobs in our region, but it comes as Quebec deals with a dispute over how its doctors are getting paid. All of this has some people warning about taking advantage of other provinces during their difficult situations. CTV's Laura Brown has more.
Dr. Lise Bébin wasn't surprised to learn New Brunswick's list of those without a family doctor or nurse practitioner has grown. She says many have retired recently. Some of them retired early because of burnout. But the family doctor says these team-based clinics can make a difference. She works at one in Dieppe.
Knowing that it's not just on me, that I don't have to be the one that has to see the patient again in a week because he wasn't doing very well. Somebody else can do follow-up. Certain responsibilities that I used to have that I can delegate to somebody else. It is making my practice a lot more pleasant.
But she says the province does need more doctors. The official wait list is over 124,000 people, but the Health Council estimates 180,000 New Brunswickers don't have a primary care provider. In recent weeks, Vitalite Health Network has been running ads focused on recruiting doctors in Quebec. Some doctors there are threatening to leave that province after a bill would drastically change how they are paid. New Brunswick's College of Physicians and Surgeons says they usually get 3 to 4 license applications from Quebec doctors each month. In October, they've received over 50. Ontario has also been recruiting in Quebec, and Francois Legault is not happy about it.
This is unacceptable. It's a total lack of judgment. And right now we have very important challenges in all provinces about our healthcare systems. But it's not time to take shots at each other.
New Brunswick's health minister said this week there has been a net gain in doctors coming to the province this year.
Some from the U.S. because of instability there, some coming from Quebec because this might be a better place to practice, and some coming internationally.
Dr. Bébin worries about taking advantage of Quebec's situation.
We have to be considerate of the situation of patients there as well. And it would be really sad to see an exodus of physicians from Quebec and with the situation there being so difficult as well.
Laura Brown, CTV News, Fredericton.
This issue is also the focus of our weekend web poll. We're asking, is it okay for provinces to recruit doctors from other provinces? Yes or no, we'll do it for this one. As always, the poll can be found at ctvnewsatlantic.ca. Federal government has announced $8 million in funding to support 9 community projects across our region, targeting substance abuse and addiction. The money comes through Health Canada's Substance Use and Addictions Program, which funds local organizations that provide treatment and support. Many of the funded projects are already underway in New Brunswick, PEI, and Newfoundland and Labrador.
Well, I think we have to recognize that the opioid crisis that we're facing is a public health crisis. Every day we are seeing people dying. And again, these are not just statistics. These are mothers, fathers, brothers, sisters. They're people that we see every day.
More than $540,000 is being invested in Moncton's YWCA Mountain Pathways program, which is designed to help more than 175 women and gender-diverse individuals move from treatment to long-term recovery. Should tell you, Dominic LeBlanc, the Minister for Canada-U.S. Trade, was scheduled to make today's announcement in person, but just hours before, media were informed he had to pull out because of urgent matters. Longtime journalist and the honorary consul to Estonia in Nova Scotia, John Susar, has died. Susar spent decades in journalism here in the region, including several years as the assignment editor at this very television station, which was then known as ATV. That was through the 80s. He also worked at the Canadian Press and the CBC and was a documentary producer. In 2010, he was named honorary consul for the Republic of Estonia in Nova Scotia. John Susar died overnight after a short illness. He was 84.
And he was not around.
Still ahead tonight, Katie Kelly on the scene. She'll join us with all your entertainment news coming up just a little later. Also, we'll see showers lingering into Saturday. Stephanie Seekos will have the full forecast straight ahead as well. Next, though, a beach battle.
I don't like coming to my government with concerns only to have them trivialized
and ignored.
News: the Nova Scotia government is once again considering a golf course on a protected beach, not sitting well with some folks. That's next. Stay with us. So news that the Nova Scotia government is once again considering a proposal for a golf course on a protected beach in Western Cape Breton isn't sitting well with people who live in the area. Here's CTV's Ryan McDonald.
Even in this kind of weather, it's hard to deny the beauty of West Mabou Beach. Today, people who live near it were feeling blindsided by word the Nova Scotia government is once again considering a proposal to build a golf course in the area.
I don't like coming to my government with concerns only to have them trivialized and ignored.
Cartoonist and author Kate Beaton is among those who are against the idea of the Cabot Golf Company building an 18-hole course in an area that would include the provincial park. She also feels the Houston government hasn't spoken enough with local residents.
I especially don't like the idea that he's putting forth this image of open communication and honesty because there is no communication.
I hear from lots of people that are actual residents of the area that just send me messages saying this is a good thing.
Premier Tim Houston said yesterday that while no formal public consultation has been planned so far and things are just a conversation at this point, government should be open-minded and at least listen to opportunities.
If there's maybe a better use for a land that might get more people involved in enjoying Nova Scotia, we should listen to that, and I think that's what's happening now.
The road leading to West Mabou Beach is lined with signs like these. In fact, the purple signs with the piping plover on top can be found at various locations throughout Inverness County. When asked whether this might be another case of not in my backyard, Beaton said a proposal for a golf course in another location might be viewed differently.
If people want to say not in my backyard, how come they can't answer the question, why don't they buy privately? There's lots of coastline here.
The developer has yet to comment publicly on the latest proposal. Ryan McDonald, CTV News, West Mabou, Nova Scotia.
Thank you, Ryan. Up next, we'll see a generally sunny and seasonal start to November. Few showers to start off the weekend, though. Stephanie will have your full forecast when we come back. Live look at Charlottetown on this Friday evening, 6:28 right now, very comfortable. Is that 16 or 15? It's 15 degrees right now. The rain, I guess, still continuing in that part of the region, but slowly moving out everywhere, right? It's been quite a day.
Yes, and that's where we'll be seeing the showers lingering. It's in Charlottetown, it's in Cape Breton, it's those more eastern areas. But otherwise, yeah, we are starting to see the system clear out. We have some of those milder temperatures too. So, you know, Halloween, sometimes you're wearing the snowsuits underneath your costumes.
No complaints about it this year.
This year we have the mild temperatures, but along with the mild temperatures on the flip side, then we have the rain and we have the windier conditions. So it's not all good, but it's not all bad.
Not all bad, no, that's right. There's tricks and treats.
Exactly. And we're not the only ones across Canada sort of dealing with some unsettled weather on this Halloween night. Through much of British Columbia, we're seeing those showers there as well. 10 degrees at this hour in Vancouver. We're seeing some cloudier conditions through much of Alberta and into Saskatchewan and Manitoba as well. Right now, a little bit cooler there, though. Through more eastern areas of the country, we're seeing some showers falling through Ottawa, Montreal, Quebec City. So also seeing some of those conditions through that part of the country. Cooler, too. In our region, we are seeing again those milder temperatures. 14 right now in Halifax, 13 in Fredericton, 16 in Charlottetown, 9 right now in St. John's. As for that precipitation, we'll continue to see it clear out of the region as we head toward the evening hours, though we will still see some scattered showers potentially popping up through those areas where we have seen the heaviest of the rain clear out. As we head toward midnight, we'll be seeing those showers still building through more northern areas of New Brunswick into parts of Cape Breton, again, eastern areas of Prince Edward Island. The system will continue to clear out, though, as we head into the day Saturday, so we could still see just some scattered showers to start off the day for tomorrow, the first day of November, and then we'll generally see a cloudy day, but with some sunny breaks through the afternoon hours. Those showers, though, still lingering through parts of Cape Breton. And then as we head into the evening hours Saturday, still seeing some cloudier conditions for many areas, even into the early part of the day Sunday. Still a few showers lingering in Cape Breton. It shouldn't be anything too heavy, especially compared to what we've been seeing tonight. As for those lows, tonight we'll see 8 degrees tonight in Halifax, 6 in Fredericton, and 8 in Charlottetown. Those winds will still be fairly gusty out there tonight. We'll see them a little bit calmer through the evening hours than they were through the daytime, but then the winds will pick up once again overnight and then change directions to a more northerly direction just because so that'll bring in some of those cooler temperatures into the weekend. For tomorrow, we'll see some showers popping up through northern areas of New Brunswick, highs between 7 and 10 degrees, so pretty seasonal for this time of year. Through central and southern areas of New Brunswick, we'll see those highs between 10 and 11 degrees, 7 in Heartland. We'll see a chance of showers here as well. Through Prince Edward Island, we'll see some scattered showers for tomorrow as well. Hopefully that clears out for that trick-or-treating in Summerside and Charlottetown by the evening hours, and we'll see those highs around 10 degrees. For Cape Breton and eastern mainland Nova Scotia, some scattered showers here for tomorrow as well. Winds from the west at 30, gusting up to 50. We'll see those highs in that range of 10 to 11 degrees. Through central areas of Nova Scotia tomorrow, 10 and 11 will be the high with those chance of showers again, mostly through the morning hours and through southwestern areas of Nova Scotia. Chance of showers here as well with those highs between 10 and 11. As for our long-range forecast, a reminder, the clocks do fall back early on Sunday, so extra hour of sleep if you're able to get it. We'll see a mix of sun and cloud, then high of 7 degrees. That sunshine will continue into the start of the week, but then we have some unsettled conditions. Tuesday, periods of rain, then back to sunshine, then back to that chance of showers, possibly some flurries into Thursday in New Brunswick with those temperatures getting closer to more seasonal values. For Nova Scotia, cloudy for Sunday, then we'll see a mix of sun and cloud into Monday. Again, then we have this little bit of a pattern. Rain on Tuesday, sun and cloud on Wednesday, and then the showers returning by Thursday. And for Prince Edward Island, we'll see a chance of showers still lingering into Sunday with a high of 8 degrees. Then Monday, a mix of sun and cloud. And then we'll see rain or at least a chance of showers through much of the rest of next week for PEI. Bruce.
Thank you, Steph. Wake-up weather still to come before the end of the broadcast. Next, we're going to head to Toronto to get a preview of tonight's pivotal Game 6 of the World Series. The Jays looking to end it tonight. And later, Katie Kelly is on the scene. She joins us now live with a preview. Katie.
Bruce, it'll actually be me tonight, Dorothy. I'll be on the scene. Still ahead, I'm going to tell you about a brand new production of The Wizard of Oz coming soon to a Halifax theater, plus the rest of the day's entertainment headlines. Toto and I will see you soon.
Okay, happy Halloween, and remember, coming up Monday morning, we're going to conclude Virgin Radio's 5K a day.
One of you is going to win $5,000. Clark?
I'm Superman, and we'll have a $100 gas card giveaway. Good luck.
Millions of Canadians will be spending Halloween night in front of their televisions. It is Game 6 of the World Series tonight. Toronto just one win away now from winning it all as the scene shifts back to the big smoke for tonight's game. That is where we find CTV's Camille Karamali. I want to thank you so much for joining us tonight, Camille. Really appreciate it. I know you're busy today.
Yeah, busy, but what a fun day.
Tell us about the atmosphere in Toronto just a few hours before the first pitch.
Yeah, you said millions of people will be in front of their TVs, except for 45,000 lucky fans who will actually be inside this building. You know, some of them were lucky enough to get seats at face value. Others had to buy resale tickets and had to pay an arm and a leg for it. The cheapest going for around $1,500, and that just gets you general admission. That doesn't get you a seat necessarily. It gets you through the door, and you have to stand to view the game, but there are a few seats for those general admission ticket holders, and that's why we're seeing a bit of a lineup here hours before the game, and that's because if you are one of the lucky few that have a general admission ticket, if you are first through the door, there are a few seats that you can grab. So we spoke to a few of these people here in the lineup, some of these Jays fans saying they're willing to do whatever it takes once the doors open, and they will sprint towards the few seats that are available for those general admission ticket holders. What's the vibe like in the rest of the city? Well, it is electric. There is a cold autumn feeling in the air, but they don't call it the Fall Classic for nothing. It is fans here are very happy to be playing in this late in October. They're soaking it all in. It's a little bit cold, but fans are wearing toques, they're wearing jackets, and they're not letting the weather dampen their spirits, ready for some October baseball and perhaps seeing the World Series trophy lifted by a Blue Jays team for the first time in 32 years.
Is it fair to say the Jays have all the momentum going into this pivotal game, and how can they capitalize on that?
Yeah, never count the Dodgers out. That is a high-powered offensive team, especially with Shohei Ohtani and people like Mookie Betts. The shortstop has been a little bit colder than usual, like this weather, in the World Series, but you know Mookie Betts can step up at any point. So can Shohei Ohtani, who has had several home runs, I believe 3 this series, leading the Dodgers, but their bats have been colder. You know, they swept a couple of the series leading up to the World Series, and now going to Game 6 down 3-2. You can't count them out. But yes, you are right. After winning Games 4 and 5, the Jays have a lot of the momentum, and you know, Game 3 was within their grasp. It went to 18 innings, a postseason record, tying a postseason record, 18 innings, and it was a marathon game. They were very much in it, very close. So all the games in LA were leaning at one point or another, or outright won by the Blue Jays. So, you know, Vladdy Guerrero Jr. is hitting back at his normal pace. Bo Bichette is back. Now there's a chance that we might see, well, we will see Kevin Gausman on the mound for sure. We also know that Yoshi Yamamoto will be pitching for the Dodgers to start the game, and he has had the Blue Jays number so far this series. Also worth noting that speaking of the Jays offense and momentum, George Springer might return. He's been out for 2 games straight, and they could definitely use his offensive firepower for tonight.
Right. Last week at this time, you may or may not remember this, but you interviewed 3 Nova Scotians, 3 Maritime college kids who arrived without tickets, and then they ended up inside the stadium. Are you seeing any similar folks around the stadium tonight? People just desperately trying to get tickets?
You know what? Not Maritimers. Yeah, not Maritimers specifically, but yes, a lot of that here. People traveling from out of town. And, you know, they say that they flew in or drove in, and the worst case scenario is they get to see the vibe of the city. They get to take in all the action at a bar or a restaurant. So even if they don't get tickets, they're okay with it. But yes, early this morning, we saw a lot of people asking around for tickets. Who's selling? Who has a spare one? Haven't followed up with any of them just quite yet, but we know that these people here have general admission. They're lucky enough, and a lot more mulling about, hoping that they can score some tickets to get inside and possibly witness not only Toronto, but Canadian history.
And I'm sensing Toronto is in party mode kind of either way right now, right? The city is ready to celebrate, and the whole country with them.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you heard some of the action behind me while I was talking to you. Some people are blaring boom boxes like we're in the 80s. Some people are wearing Halloween costumes here, dressed as their favorite players, or wearing other costumes as well. So the party mode is officially in effect, even though we are at a Game 6 right now. And even if it does go to Game 7, which Jays fans really, really hope it won't, they still have a lot of confidence in this team. 2 chances to close this out.
Thanks, Camille. Thank you so much. Enjoy the game tonight.
Anytime.
CTV's Camille Karamali in Toronto ahead of tonight's Game 6 of the World Series. The Blue Jays just 1 win away from a championship. Stay with us. We'll be right back. In the Lifeline tonight, the impact climate change is having on human health. CTV's Amanda Devison has more.
A new global health report says climate change is taking a growing toll on Canadians. The Lancet Countdown found that from 2020 to 2024, wildfire smoke pollution was linked to about 1,400 deaths per year. It also says extreme heat caused more than 40 million lost hours of labor last year, costing the economy $1.4 billion. Experts warn that delayed action on renewable energy is costing lives and worsening inequality. If you're experiencing joint pain in the knees, it might help to walk it off. Aerobic exercise can reduce pain, improve movement, and enhance quality of life for people with knee osteoarthritis. That's according to a new study published in the journal The BMJ. Aerobic exercise is any rhythmic and repetitive movements such as walking, jogging, cycling, and swimming. You don't have to aim immediately for 10,000 steps a day or 150 minutes of exercise a week, which are both common recommendations for exercise. For patients just starting to exercise, experts say walking or cycling for even 5 to 10 minutes a day can help you get started in receiving those benefits and re-strengthening the muscles around your joints. With Health and Medical News, I'm Amanda Debison for the Lifeline.
It is the Halloween edition of The Scene with whoever this is. And where's Katie?
Bruce, it's me, Dorothy, from The Wizard of Oz.
Of course it is.
Yeah, so I wanted to step in tonight so that I could tell you about something very exciting that's coming up.
Ooh.
There's no place like Neptune Theater.
I see what you did there.
Just in time for the holidays, the beloved musical The Wizard of Oz is returning to Neptune. It opens November 4th and runs through January 4th. This stage adaptation of the classic film features all of your favorite songs, including Somewhere Over the Rainbow, plus dazzling costumes, stunning sets, and plenty of maritime talent. Tickets are already going fast. And Bruce, in case you didn't realize, it's me, it's Katie. I'm just dressed up as Dorothy for Halloween.
Well, I'll be a dog's uncle. I'll be Toto's uncle. Now that we know it's you, what else do you have for us tonight?
All right, well, I wanted to let you know, Bruce, that the Celtic Queen of Cape Breton is in town, Natalie McMaster.
Oh, is that right?
We're doing a symphony show Saturday evening, Sunday afternoon with Symphony Nova Scotia, which is so sweet because the very first symphony show I ever did was with Symphony Nova Scotia, and I believe I was 20 or 21. My second reason is I'm doing a book launch Monday in Cape Breton at the Judic Celtic Music Interpreter Center.
She is so busy, the family is so busy, and just so talented. It's
wild. 7 kids
wild.
She has.
7 kids, isn't that
And
something?
every single one of them is so talented.
Yeah.
This is the poster for that book launch that's happening on Monday that Natalie mentions. It's from 3 to 6, so I believe it's just like 20 minutes from the Canso Causeway. There's more info on Natalie McMaster's Symphony Nova Scotia shows that are happening at the Cohen this weekend. 2 shows with her daughter, Mary Frances. And then, of course, this book launch coming up on Monday. So coming up next week, I'm going to tell you all about her new book. She was, as you saw, here to visit today in studio. We had a great chat. She has so much going on.
And the book's already a bestseller, I heard.
It is. Yeah. And she's so passionate about it. It's such a beautiful story. So I can't wait to tell you all about the book and show you my chat with Natalie. But again, if you want to see her this weekend, 2 shows at the Rebecca Cohen. I should have checked to see if there was any tickets left. Don't get mad at me if there's no tickets left.
That's right.
But there is 2 shows. And then, of course, that book launch, which is a great chance to see her in person, get your book signed.
For sure. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Just in time for Christmas.
Yeah, more from Natalie coming up on Monday.
And something else to look forward to.
Yes, it doesn't end. Legendary band Sloan, they're in town on the East Coast as part of their cross-country tour.
Nice.
The Juno Award-winning band just released their 14th studio album. It's called Based on the Bestseller.
Wow.
They've already played Charlottetown and Halifax, and tonight they're going to be in St. John, and then they wrap up their Maritime run tomorrow night in Moncton. So 2 chances this weekend to see Sloan. I chatted with Jay Ferguson yesterday in Halifax. That interview is going to air next week. We talk about their new album. We talk about 3 decades of making music. And, of course, those Halifax roots that we all know Sloan has. So.
And it's funny, I still think of them as a new band. It's
Bruce!
30 years later, I'll tell you.
Bruce, they're not a new band, but they are an epic band.
They are an epic band. All right, well, I guess you click your heels together and go home or something.
I will. Toto and I are off to walk the yellow brick road.
I guess you are. Okay, happy Halloween.
You too, Bruce.
Here's the primetime lineup.
Mornings with Aaron and Peter. 60 seconds, 10 questions. If you can pull that off, you're going to win $1,000.
Join us every weekday at 7 a.m. for the $1,000 Minute.
On the markets, the Dow ended the day up 40 points to end the week, and several Canadian companies will benefit from a G7 plan to secure a supply of critical minerals. BNN Bloomberg's Marilla Fernandez has more in our business report.
Today, after a summit in Toronto, first investments were announced. Rio Tinto will get about $25 million to scale up its production of scandium. It's used in aerospace and auto production. Ucore Rare Metals will get more than $36 million to scale up refining of 2 rare earth elements. Right now, China is the dominant player in the mining and refining of rare earth elements and critical minerals. The G7 nations don't want to rely on Beijing for supplies. Here are the closing numbers for the day. The Canadian dollar is down to 71.32. West Texas Intermediate crude slightly up to 60.98. Western Canadian Select barely moved. It's at 48.21. And the TSX gained 81 points today. Those are your business headlines. I'm Marilla Fernandez.
Thank you, Marilla. Now we'll head outside to Stephanie on the weather deck for a look at tomorrow's wake up.
Tomorrow we'll be starting off with a little bit of showers. As for this evening, it's actually cleared up quite nicely here in North End Halifax. I had the umbrella just in case, but it looks like things are good. So for all the trick-or-treaters, that is certainly some good news tonight. As for our weather photo of the day, we have a perfect combination of Halloween and the Blue Jays. Awesome carving there. And if you look closely, there is a glove carved as well with a little gourd in the middle as the baseball. Love it. Thank you so much, Grant Tomchuk, for sending this in from Hubli, Nova Scotia. And as for the forecast there tomorrow, we'll be seeing a chance of showers and then some sunny breaks through the afternoon, high getting up to 11 degrees. Across the region for tomorrow, again, starting off the day, mostly cloudy, chance of showers for most areas. We could still see some lingering showers as well through much of Cape Breton into parts of Prince Edward Island as well. As we head into the afternoon hours, though, that's when we'll start to see that clearing taking place even more so, seeing that sunshine breaking through for many areas. Again, still some cloudy conditions. Those highs tomorrow in that range between about 7 up to 11 degrees. So quite seasonal for this time of year for that first day of November. And a reminder, clocks do go back on Sunday, Bruce.
Right you are. Thank you, Stephanie. Happy Halloween. Finally tonight, people lining up to get a sniff of an infamous flower in New York City today. The infamous corpse flower at the New York Botanical Garden has bloomed just in time for Halloween. The rare and large flower is known for its powerful, noxious stench, which is often likened to rotting meat. It also has a very short, unpredictable bloom lasting only 24 to 48 hours. The garden is currently live streaming the event and encouraging visitors to see the unique specimen quickly before it closes up again for who knows how long. That is the program for this Friday night. The rebroadcast begins in just a moment on CTV2 and, of course, CTVNewsAtlantic.ca updates right around the clock. I'm Bruce Frisco in for Todd Battis. I will be back with your next newscast at 11:30 tonight. I want to thank you for watching this one. We leave you this evening with some shots of the last of the fall colors in the Heartland area. Have a good night, happy Halloween, and enjoy the ball game.
CTV News, the Maritimes' #1 newscast.